Everybody, I'm going to do a video on how to replace the fuel bowl heater in a 2000 Ford F-250 7.3 liter diesel truck. You'll see that the fuel bowl heater is going to be this coil that's located right here. I think it's kind of a half moon, and we're going to be removing that from the truck. These sometimes are the leading cause of a problem in a cold start. So if you don't know already how to replace a fuel filter on your 7.3, you probably shouldn't be doing this anyway, but what you basically do, here's your filter. Your filter goes into the fuel bowl like this, and then the cap goes over the top of it like so. Now, what I have found that is if you're getting the parts from AutoZone, that if you're getting leaking periodically from your fuel bowl at the surface, at the top up here, around the edge, I noticed that some of the gaskets for the lid through AutoZone or O'Reilly or whoever I picked it up from last time had a beveled gasket. Make sure you don't have a beveled gasket. Make sure you have this somewhat flat gasket. It's got a lip around the edges, but this gasket here, once I installed this one and looked at the gasket issues, this has solved that problem. So make sure you're getting that gasket. Alright, so to remove this fuel bowl heater, you'll be using a Torx T20. I believe is what this is. I'm sorry, it's a T90, if I remember correctly. That's a T20. T20 Torx, fairly small. You're going to remove two of these screws that are in here. Make sure you get a good seat, and they should not be very tight, not very tight at all. I'll loosen them up. Hard to do this with one hand and video it. Once you get them loose, you can spin them off from there. Okay, so once you get those loosened up, it's going to loosen up the center plastic stud area. Let's get it all loose. And this whole thing is going to come out as one piece. You'll have to unplug that wire right there, and then you'll be able to pull out your whole fuel bowl heater. So you'll unplug that little electrical connection right there. So once it comes out, it will look like this, and then you're going to replace this by sliding it off through the top up here. Remember, there's a spring in there. It shouldn't fall out, but this fuel bowl heater will come off like this, right off the top of this here. Just slides right off. That's all there is to it. Then you just do the reverse. When you get your new one, slide this over the top. You'll plug in your electrical connection here into the fuel bowl, and you will tighten these down. And I mean tighten, I mean just snug them up. Do not crank on them. That's an aluminum fuel bowl. You'll strip them out guaranteed. And replace your filter and you're good to go.